Hi guys, it's Carissa, and this is Things This Week, week number 32. It is inspired by our recent meetup in Milwaukee, which was last week, April 3rd through 5th. And let me get started. So the questions are, who inspired you to make YouTube videos? Would you do a meetup? And what would your spouse think of it? And I was actually initially making videos on YouTube for weight loss, and I was watching a lot of people who were using YouTube for accountability for losing weight. And I was inspired by a girl that I had known for a long time. She lives in Canada. I've never actually met her before. I met her through LiveJournal when I used to use it ages ago, and she knew that I was trying to lose weight, and she was using YouTube, and she said, hey, you should really look into making videos. And I was so proud of her because it's such a sensitive thing to put out there, your weight and your struggles. And so I, just out of my own pride for her and my appreciation for what she was doing, decided to make my own videos. In the process of trying to lose weight and being monitored by doctors and trying to figure out what was going on, I realized I was having a lot of trouble. And my research led me to look into PCOS, because that same friend found out that she had PCOS. So I looked into it. I saw several doctors and finally was diagnosed. And that also coincided with my inability to start a family at the same time. So my weight struggle kind of morphed into my TTC channel. And I don't remember who I started watching first when it came to TTC. In fact, I watched quite a few people. I kind of was a shady lurker. So I would watch videos, but I would never really fully commit and subscribe and make comments because I was scared to get attached to people. I was scared to find all these friends and then have them all get pregnant and leave me behind, because I really felt like that would happen. And it's not that far from reality. There are a lot of people that I've been watching who have finally, you know, they've gotten to that point in their journey where they've started families. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a really nice process to watch, especially when you understand the struggle. Would you do a meetup? I highly recommend it. I obviously just did. I flew to Milwaukee and I met some girls that I've grown to really love and that I've grown really close to. And it was very out of ordinary for me. When I first actually started to hear about the meetup, I kept thinking, there's no way they can do this without me. I love these girls. I've got to be there. And then that leads me to question number 3. What would your spouse think about it? The hardest thing was just bringing it up to Mike, because I was like, he's going to think I'm nuts. And so I kind of let him see, you know, that I was watching certain girls' videos, and then he would be in the room when I was either like FaceTiming with them or sending text messages back and forth. And it got to the point where he was used to it, you know. He'd see me read a message and I'd laugh and he'd go, "You're talking to Lisa, aren't you?" So it was a very natural thing for me to mention that there was a meetup and that I would like to go. And he's so wonderful. He just said, do it. Just, you should. I think that it'd be good for you, and I think that it's worth it. So I really wanted to drive. I love taking long road trips, but it would have been over 10 hours without stops, so that was too far a drive. And I booked my flight, and I met these incredible women who mean so much to me, and I highly recommend it. If you have people that have been supporting you and you have a mutual friendship that you've gained out of it, and you have the opportunity to plan a meetup or to join a meetup, I think that it's well worth it. In fact, it meant so much to me that I have been in such a funk since I got home. I just can't shake it. I just feel so bummed out that these women that have made such an impression on me and that I care so much about are not within reach anymore. You know, I got really spoiled in those couple of days, but I thank all of you for doing that, for making the commitment to come out and to spend the time and the money and, you know, do all the traveling that you did. I think it meant so much to me, and I think it was just as important to everyone else there. So Thank you so much for that. I got really caught up in the moment, and I was really just trying to soak it all in, and I did a really crappy job of documenting the trip. I didn't take nearly enough pictures, and I certainly didn't take enough video. All the footage that I had, I already posted. So I do have a Milwaukee Meetup clips video, and that's all I filmed the whole time I was there. But a few other people have made videos. In fact, Lisa's video is uploading right now, so what I'll do is I'll link those videos below so you can check them out. If you went and you want to relive all of those moments again, I'll have them all there. And if you didn't go but you're just curious and you want to see what it was like, all of those videos will be in the box below. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been TTW week 32, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.